Do you want good grades like all your friends? The secret might be easier than you think. Let's embark on a journey, exploring the 5 proven techniques that outstanding students employ to ace their exams. These methods are not rocket science. They are simple, effective, and can be employed by anyone willing to put in the effort. First up, we have revision, an integral part of any successful study plan. Then, we'll delve into the magic of past papers and how they can provide an edge in your studies. We'll also investigate the potency of word recall, a technique often overlooked but extremely effective. And who can forget the classic approach of memorization? Lastly, we'll take an unconventional route and explore the power of talking to oneself. So, buckle up, and let's dive into the world of effective study techniques. The first technique is revision. But before we dive in, remember, you won't believe what the last method is. Revision is more than just rereading your notes. It's an active process that involves understanding and digesting the information you've learned. When we talk about revision, we're talking about a technique that helps you reinforce your knowledge and identify any gaps in your understanding. It's an ongoing process, not a one-time event. So, how does this work? Well, you start by reviewing your notes, making sure to understand the concepts rather than just memorizing the words. Try to explain these concepts to yourself in your own words. This way, you're not just committing facts to memory, you're understanding the why and the how behind them. The beauty of revision lies in its flexibility. You can revise anytime, anywhere. It's about consistency over intensity. Daily, steady revision beats cramming any day. The benefits? Well, better understanding, improved recall, and ultimately, better grades. Remember, revision is your first step to achieving those dream grades. Now let's move on to the next technique. Ever heard of the phrase, practice makes perfect? It applies to your studies too. Let's talk about the magic of past papers. They're like a treasure map leading you to academic success. The purpose of past papers? They give you a glimpse into the structure of your exam, the type of questions you might face, and the time you'll have to answer them. Now, how do you use them? Just like you would an actual exam. Find a quiet place, set a timer according to the paper's time limit, and dive in. This way, you're not just studying, you're simulating the exam environment. It's like a dress rehearsal before the big show. So what's the payoff? Confidence, time management, and familiarity with the exam format. You'll walk into your exam room knowing exactly what to expect. Past papers can be a game changer, but what's next might surprise you. Imagine being able to recall information as easily as your favorite song lyrics. Welcome to the world of word recall, a simple but incredibly effective study technique. Word recall is the process of memorizing words and retrieving them from memory. It's like a mental workout, training your brain to remember information. The secret to word recall lies in repetition and association. By repeating a term or concept, you're creating a mental imprint, a pathway in your brain that makes retrieval easier. Association, on the other hand, is about linking new information to something you already know, kind of like mental hooks to hang new knowledge on. Imagine you're trying to remember a complicated scientific term. Break it down, repeat it, then associate it with something familiar. Suddenly, that daunting term isn't so scary anymore. With word recall, your memory becomes your ally. But we're not done yet. Memorization might seem old school, but it remains one of the most effective study techniques. Let's dive into its essence. It's not just about parroting information, it's about making that information a part of you. You might wonder, how does one do that? Well, it's a process of repetition, visualization, and association. These 3 elements work together to drive information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. Now, let's talk about the balance between understanding and rote learning. While rote learning can help you remember facts or figures, understanding ensures that you can apply this knowledge in different contexts. So, it's not a battle between the two, but rather a harmonious dance. Memorization has its benefits. It improves your recall speed, strengthens your cognitive abilities, and most importantly, helps you to perform better in exams. Memorization is a tool. Use it wisely. Now, the last technique might seem a bit unusual. Talking to yourself might seem strange, but it can be an effective study technique. Let's dive right in. What does talking to oneself mean in the context of studying? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. You verbalize your thoughts, ideas, questions, and even the information you're trying to learn. You're not just reading or writing, you're actively engaging with the material. So how does one practice this technique? It's quite simple, really. As you study, narrate the concepts you're learning. This could be explaining a historical event as if you were a news anchor or teaching an imaginary class about a scientific theory. You could even debate with yourself about different interpretations of a piece of literature. The key is to verbalize your thoughts and understanding of the material out loud. Now, why does this work? How can talking to yourself improve your studying? Well, it all boils down to two key aspects of learning: active engagement and self-explanation. When you talk to yourself, you're not passively reading or writing, you're actively engaging with the material, which helps to deepen your understanding and retention. Moreover, when you explain concepts in your own words, you're practicing self-explanation. This is a powerful learning tool. It forces you to clarify your understanding, identify gaps in your knowledge, and even discover connections between different concepts. In other words, you're teaching yourself. In addition to these cognitive benefits, talking to yourself also helps to maintain focus and motivation. It keeps the studying process dynamic and interesting, and can even make it feel less lonely, especially during those long solitary study sessions. So, there you have it. 5 study techniques that can help you achieve those coveted good grades. Remember, it's not about being the smartest, but about studying the smartest.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narrations.